They definitely are prioritizing the carries instead of getting that roam. They don't think that's as important. I do like the Lance pickup. It is a strong thing for Palmatoro normally. We also knew he played Kroll as well, so it deters them from some of his comfort picks. Sky is not something we're used to seeing from Team Secret in combination with another carry. So we're seeing very different drafts coming out of both teams right now. Gankstars picking up the Arden, though. We are going with a little bit of that new style they brought yesterday.
Yeah, this is definitely a change up that from really anything that we've seen in Europe that Gankstars has been running as of yesterday, and they had some phenomenal success with it. We'll see what this last pick is going to be. The Vox, that's rather surprising because Vox still without a win here in the European Championships.
Yeah, I mean, even if you have a strategy prepared with this hero, you have to be a little bit nervous about picking him due to his win rate. But we do see the Saw come out, most likely a roam Saw, I would think.
It's either going to be the Saw port or Samuel as the roam, but Mowgli right now is the one with it.
All right, straight out of Twitch chat, it's going to be Humanist and Jinyu.
That's right, straight out of Twitch chat. We'll have that documentary coming later in the year. I'm hyped right now on this matchup. It's going to be so good. I'm also hyped right now. We got a cake courtesy of Goofy German Girl. Thank you so much for bringing this in for all of us casters. Mashingi, how you feeling about this matchup here today?
So good. As the desk was saying, this is Team Secret. They are the hottest team right now.
They are quite handsome, I will agree.
That's not what I meant. Their playstyle.
Oh, well, I get it.
You know what?
On all levels. One of the hottest teams out there right now, but I'm sure this match is going to be fire. Gankstars up against Team Secret. Let's get it on right here. Mowgli's gonna be on the Samuel. This is
what is this?
This is genius.
Genius. You know what? He has a lot of base damage at the very start. This is, you know what? I think this is the first time we've seen a rogue Samuel. A Romeo, as you will.
Well, you know what? Whenever a new hero comes out, I'm always going to play it as Rome just to have some fun. And I got to say, it can be quite effective. Now, you don't have that kind of tanky frontliner presence that a lot of roamers have. You don't have the ability to peel, but there's a lot of burst, and you can get a lot done.
Yeah, that is very true. And he's got this excellent zoning ability with that Drifting Dark. You know, people don't want to be caught in it because it does a lot of damage. And especially if, you know, Samuel attacks you during it, even if he is a roam, you know, it's going to change the pace of a team fight.
Yeah, I mean, it feels like you can actually control the area where Saw's going to be fighting as well, right? Drop that Drifting Dark. Your damage, base damage is already pretty high, and just go from there.
You know, it's very curious. Both of the teams have gone for very, very different approaches. We have a Team Secret, lots of high DPS, lots of burst. You know, they're quite squishy. And look at Gankstars. We've got this Arden, we've got this Lance here. They're very tanky, very good for frontlining for that Vox. But Vox, he's been kind of falling flat on his face.
All right, well, we see Team Secret moving up into the lane here as a group. And this is going to be a nice little pressure, I imagine, they're going to be putting out here. And it looks like we're going to be seeing also how everybody's voting on this matchup. I guess people able to just put their opinion out. Who's going to win, Gankstars or Team Secret? Did you have an opinion coming into this one?
You know what? Team Secret, they've been doing so well, but Gankstars, I don't know what happened to them yesterday, but they look like a completely different team, but Team Secret!
Well, double root, there's going to be the Githian wall. And Palmatoro eating a lot of damage. One more attack. Oh, that potion doing a lot of work, but he does go down. First blood to Gankstars. The squishy composition backfiring a little bit. Look, Volivar hopping that kiddie pool with style. Signs out, teleports back to base. It's going to be Mowgli to hold this lane down just for a little bit. But this more kind of typical composition, getting that first blood for Gankstars.
Yeah, you know, this is not how Team Secret wants that fight to go. You know, I'm not just saying the obvious here. They're very pushy. They've got a lot of damage here, and they're not the ones that should have taken the first blood. You know, we should have seen Gankstars fall into that, but they didn't. They turned it around because of that impale.
I mean, was that a result of not having vision?
You know what? I think it was just bad positioning. All three of them got caught by the impale, and he's got Sixth Sense. He's got that weapon blade. That's a lot of damage there, and you know, it really showed.
Yeah, it did really show that this Arden plus Lance combo is just so deadly. Now that Volivar's made his way back out to the lane, it's going to give Mowgli a chance to go ahead and get back to base, pick up a few items, and then he'll be running right back out to apply some pressure here. Look at that squirt gun just doing work, suppressing fire here. You're gonna have him spun up and immediately trying to just put pressure out on this turret. Down to 50%, 45% of its health, just about. Tetnel slingshotted forward. Volivar holding on to that roadie run. It's gonna be hard to land that impale.
Yeah, you know, this is the push jump as we've never seen it before, but, you know, they've done a lot of good damage there onto the turret, but, you know, we saw it in that first fight. Team Secret, they are vulnerable, and let's just see if Gankstars can exploit that.
Yeah, it's going to be the Impale. Two-man Impale! The Githian wall came all far. Well, he'll really run and flip back into a better position, but my goodness, like, how are you landing two-man Impales right there? I asked Mowgli how he was able to do it, and he's like, well, I mean, they just stood there, and or it's easier when they don't see you coming, but right there, Team Secret obviously saw Tetno. I guess Tetno just making it work. Pressure galore just coming out here in the lane. Mowgli, K-Volifor, Palmatoro able to take this turret down in 4 minutes.
That is quite the push coming out from Team Secret there. Never mind. Team Secret.
We haven't, yeah.
Shh, be quiet.
All right.
Be quiet.
It didn't happen. Broke back. Yeah.
Anyway, bringing it back. You know what I really like about Team Secret is this is the semifinals. There's no elimination bracket for them to fall back to, and they're pulling off such a wacky composition like this. Yeah. They have no fear.
This is the thing, though. Okay, these guys, of course, you know, they're great players. We have talent across the board. So many mechanically skilled players here at this championship. But I've been saying it for a long time. It really feels like Team Secret are just artists in their draft, in their play style. They're able to, you know, pull out these compositions that you really never see coming. Yeah,
you know, this is something they did when they first entered the scene as media picks. So they came in, pulled all of these heroes. Everybody's like, what are you guys doing and how are you making it work? But that's Team Secret. Their synergy is so good. But you know, we can't deny Gankstars. They're really good. They have the skills, they have the talent, they've made it to the semifinals.
Oh, they definitely have.
They have, in style.
And here we are. Well, yes, I was so impressed with Gankstars yesterday as in their last matchup. Like, they just put on a clinic right there. But it's going to be Team Secret taking the mid away from Gankstars, looking to just continue to apply the pressure. Well, one of the biggest things you can do when you're trying to control the map, get the mid of your opponent. It allows you, if you do get into a skirmish, you can fight. Otherwise, you just take that away. You deny them resources across the map.
Yeah, you know, they're so good at applying pressure. And you know what? We've got that Crystal Vox there. Crystal Vox takes a little while to ramp up. And, you know, Arden and Lance, we've seen Lance, he's doing quite well, but that's a root coming on Palmatoro.
Palmatoro stunned up as well. He does 3-strike to reposition. Mowgli, he's in deep, getting a lot of damage down on the backside. Now, K-Volifor is going to boot forward. He is spun up. Net eating a lot of damage. And he had that potion, but it's not going to be enough. There you go. Dash and splash. You are done. Tetno, he's going to roll forward, but Iraqi's in a bad position right here, mate. Goes down, and that's going to be
Iraqi Dunzo.
Iraqi Dunzo right there. 2-1 in favor of Team Secret, building up this net worth lead and just taking complete control of this map.
You know what, they may have taken control, but we're seeing 2 of the 3 members teleporting back. They're not going to be able to push any objectives out of it. And actually, if you look at this, you know, look at the gold difference, it's only about 1.8 kilometers.
What is going on here?
I don't know. I'm back. I'm out.
It's all right. Well, I'm not. I don't really know kilometers, so I'll go with that. We'll just say you're correct.
Anyway, as I was saying, you know, they've not been able to push that many objectives off of that, you know, successful team fight. I want to see Team Secret applying the pressure, ramping it up. This is what this push comp should be doing, because as they get into the late game, this comp will be falling off, and Gankstars, they'll be coming into their own here.
All right, this is a dangerous position for Inissaw. Well, that's a nice Oblivion. Mowgli sees the pressure coming out. It looked like they could have killed K-Volifor. Drops that Oblivion, immediately cancels off any aggression coming out of Gankstars. And really nice play there, but it's going to be another Impale. K-Vol, you're in a dangerous position. The Fountain does come out to keep him alive just a little bit longer. K-Volifor, he puts that suppressing fire down, making that squirt gun go to work for him. Iraqi Zero is in a bad place. Palmatoro able to find that kill right there. And Team Secret just continue to build on this lead.
Yeah, I think this is the thing when you come in with a comp like this, you know, people, you know, it either works really well or it doesn't. People just don't know how to respond. But Team Secret, they're going for the gold mine. And I don't think we're going to see any challenge coming out from Gankstars about this.
No, they really are not in a place where they can. And I have to start to worry almost. You know, you have this Lance Arden and you're not able to apply pressure?
Well, they have been. You know, when Tetno pulls off those very successful impales, he's been doing a lot. But, you know, Team Secret, this is their comp. They are very high burst. They've got a lot of potential there. And it's the early game. This is their spike. This is their time.
I mean, you say Tetno's able to land the impales. Yes, he has. But what have they accomplished off the back of it? They haven't built a net worth lead. They haven't taken control of the map. And Team Secret have already taken a turret down. So things just looking really good right now for the 3-time champions. But that's going to be a root gauntlet goes down. K-Ball, you're in a bad place. Get the wall into the gauntlet, but somehow stays alive. The Fountain just doing crazy work right here. And does get a lot of damage, but bounces down. OP. right there. It's going to be Iraqi. He's on the chase. Now, Palma, you're going to go down. Rest in peace, my man. Mowgli drops the Oblivion right on top, but this looks like it's going to be the ace for Gankstars as Team Secret crumbling. Techno finding the double kill, and they're right back in it.
Oh, and you were just saying, I don't see any pressure coming from Gankstars. I don't see any pressure. Look at this pressure. Look at that. K-Valvar gets, using his roadie run, gets stunned into the gauntlet, but that fountain, that Serpent's Mask, that is what's keeping him alive. Unfortunately, their position is a little bit bad from Team Secret, sticking a little bit too closely together, and we do see Saw falling. And, again, we're seeing bad position coming out from Team Secret. Gankstars are taking advantage of this, and Mowgli, he is the support. He's got a little bit of damage there, but it's just not enough. And with 5 seconds on the clock left, he's not going to prevent that ace.
I love when the Githian wall comes out, and it just feels like he's just backhanding him. He's like, you know what, Oblivion, bah, get out of here. This is one of the coolest combos. When you don't have a wall behind you, you're just like, oh, drop the gauntlet. Now you got a wall that you can knock someone into. It's a really nice little combo. Well played out of Gankstars. This is why they were one of the teams that a lot of people expected could potentially upset Team Secret here in the EU Championship. So we'll see as moving forward, though, this Team Secret combo is going to have a lot of power. But you mentioned the Serpent Mask is one tool for K-Valvar able to sustain himself. We don't see that a whole lot.
That's why I'm thinking, when we're seeing Techno coming in for the impale, he's not even dodging. He's just like, you know what, it's okay. I get impaled, I'm just going to get all my health back by just hitting you. And unfortunately, I think it would work, but there's a lot of CC there. We saw that gauntlet. It was really nice, the Githian wall and the kind of roadie run combination stunning him into the gauntlet, and I think that kind of threw him off by surprise.
Yeah, definitely. Well, I mean, reflex block's going to be a really big tool, but you can only reflex block so many things.
So many.
We're just getting started here. It's just going to get better as time goes on.
It's just getting better. You're right.
Okay, let's talk about Aftershock here.
Aftershock. This is a Vox build that we don't see very much. And, I think it was quite popular about a few updates ago. And the whole point of it is it did a lot of burst. And it worked really well when you were against tanky heroes. Unfortunately, Team Secret here, they're not very tanky.
Yeah, so...
I think maybe just going for more heavy crystal. And actually, if you looked at the positioning of Team Secret in the previous fights, they're all staying very clumped together. And this is something that surprises me, because Team Secret, they've normally done very well against crystal Voxes. They stay very spread out and avoid those resonance bounces. But this time, they're not doing that.
But do you just you don't build the alternating current? Do you build it as your third item? Because we got Broken Myth now and a weapon infusion.
That weapon infusion confuses me. I would prefer the crystal infusion personally, but
hashtag EU things?
Hashtag EU things. There's the gauntlet!
Gauntlet's down. K-Valvar stunned up. It's going to be the Oblivion trying to buy some time. Net2Let is sleeping. Palma, he's in deep here, eating a lot of damage, but so is Techno. It's going to be the fountain to come out of Net2Let, keeps him in fighting shape. Now it's Team Secret trying to find better position, but Mowgli should be going down. One more attack out of Iraqi. There he goes, finds that kill. Now at 2v3 as K-Valvar stands his ground. He's going to be able to pick up the kill on Net, and now chasing, tries to move forward with that dash and splash, but Palma Toro from range, making that forward barrage work exactly as he needed to. And Team Secret right back into the dominant position here. And do you think they can push forward with this? Do they look to maybe grab something out of the jungle?
You know what, I don't think they're going to push anything out of it. They're not going to get to the turret, and the gold mine is certainly not full enough. And this is what strikes me as unusual from this. Team Secret, they're winning those team fights, and you've got a lot of sustain on the side of K-Valvar. He's got that Serpent's Mask, but they're not pushing those objectives. They're not clearing Gankstars' jungle, and I feel like that's not working in their favor. That gold lead, it should be 3-4K by now, and it's actually 1.9K, not kilometers. Just like to know.
Yeah, definitely. We actually had clarification on that coming through production, and much appreciated there. But yeah, Team Secret, you say that it feels like, it's not too high of a network lead, but as time goes on, if Mowgli picks up one offensive item, they actually have an insane burst across the board. And it's now breaking point on K-Valvar. If this fight goes on, it's going to be very scary. Death from above's not going to land exactly how Palma wanted it, but he's eating a lot of damage. K-Val standing his ground, trying to make that Serpent Mask go to town. Githian wall's going to knock him back. Oblivion puts a racket to sleep and executed with that roadie run, but it will be K-Valvar going down. Now 2v2. Net2Let's going to try and get himself out of here, but good luck doing that. Whoa, if Techno turns around and saves the day! Palma just absolutely squishy little Sky, and that's gonna be the double kill. Techno JJ.
That's a turnaround.
Techno hey hey.
Techno hey hey. Well, they're gonna get a turret, and I'm sure they're gonna be saying hey hey to that anyway. But what a fight, what a turnaround! And actually, I think they're really underestimating Techno JJ's power right now. He's got a lot there. They're not respecting it. They're just focusing on Araki
They're
Zoro.
not. And you know what? He's already so tanky, but he builds himself an Atlas Pauldron. Such a great tool. He gets right into the middle of the mix, gets that Atlas off onto K-Vol, and just goes from there.
Yeah, you know, it's working so well right now. And actually, we're seeing K-Valifar and Palmator going down very, very early. And this is interesting. We're not seeing them prioritizing that much in defense. And this is something Team Secret do quite well, I feel. But they're actually going for that sustain. I've mentioned it a few times, but we're seeing Palmator. He's got that Eve, and Mowgli. He's also looks like he's going for that Eve. For them, it's all about staying alive. Right now, they're not doing that. They're really not staying alive.
I mean, well, it's like a different school of thought, right? Like you can build damage and some defense, or just live bleach your way through. You hold it right here. Mowgli is drifting dark down, drops the Oblivion. They're gonna go to sleep right there. As only Tetnos is able to block that one. Moving forward though, Mowgli and company stunned up on the edge of that gauntlet. Fountain comes out, but it's not gonna keep him alive right here. Now K-Vol trying to stand his ground. He's getting some breaking point stacks up. He is infused as well. It's not gonna burn off. He finds the kill, but does go down. Double kill over there for Iraqi. Palm was able to get himself out of here, but Iraqi's build actually doing pretty good work here.
You know what, it is doing work, but part of that was Team Secret. They started the gold mine, maybe not the best decision they had, because in that fight, it was more a 4v3. The gold mine was on Team Secret. It was hitting them the whole time. It was just bashing away. And guys, that was an excellent opportunity. And I'm
sorry. Did they have vision on that?
They didn't have vision, but they saw the gold mine moving down on the map, because they dragged it down, and from that you can tell that the other team is on it. And they did that. They got into position. They recognized that Team Secret were clumped up together again. We actually saw Iraqi Zoro's, his wait for it did a lot of damage there. They really took advantage of that. And even though we're seeing Iraqi Zoro going down quite a lot, it doesn't matter. We're seeing the follow-up coming from Techno JJ, and I really, really have to commend Netwilite. He's doing a fantastic job of just being in Team Secret's face right now.
Oh, definitely. I think the shot calls across the board, the itemization is just really good. I talked about Techno's Atlas, but Net having his as well, it's just such a great tool. And now he's got the Shiver Steel. It's going to allow them to just choose a target and stick on him so well.
Yeah, and actually, I'm very kind of concerned for Team Secret now, Gankstars. So they're the ones trying to lead. This is where they should be doing so fantastically. Iraqi Zoro, look at the items on the board. He's going for his third. I think it'll probably be a Shatterglass, also using card. I would like to see Shatterglass.
You would like to see the Shatterglass?
I would love to see Shatterglass.
What's the reason behind that?
I just like damage.
I just like damage.
No, he's getting a lot.
Art of the throw.
Art of the throw. No, he's getting a lot of good fights. They're positioning from Team Secret. If he had a Shatterglass, he'll be wiping them out.
All right. We'll see if it's going to come to light here. Net, he's going to go ahead and flare the bush that he already has the scout trap in. I like that. Overkill Venn diagrams of flares coming out here, just completely trying to take control of the middle area of this map. We have Kraken out for, she's been out for about a minute now on the map, but neither team really, I don't think they want to get into it without full control after a fight. K-Ball, well, it's reflex, and he's able to get himself out of there, so quite a long cooldown on that gauntlet.
Yeah, it's quite a long cooldown. It's a shame, you know, I feel like with Gankstars, they're really picking their fights well around that gauntlet. Whenever they're using the gauntlet, they're really successfully crowd controlling Team Secret. And we're seeing all three members of Team Secret caught. And because they're so squishy, they don't want to be caught in a small area like the gauntlet, especially with a Crystal Vox around. So they want to get out. And then what happens is their reflex blocks are used, their crucibles are used, and it leaves them so open for Techno JJs.
Mowgli with a very offensive drifting dark there, but it's going to be K-Volifar suppressing fire. Let's see if he can stand his ground. Nice death from above, but it's K-Vol eating a lot of damage. Techno just chunking through him in that choke point, but it turns around onto Iraqi. Now Iraqi on the back lines of his team, exactly where he wants to be. It's K-Vol. He's going to be attacked by Techno. Just a couple basics, stunned up, and he is dead. Team Secret now, they need to tuck tail and run. Can Palma get out of here? Or does Techno find the kill? He's going to miss the impale. He's left a little bit vulnerable. Oh, the forward rush, almost enough. Techno should be able to get himself out of here, but Mowgli smells blood. He's like, I am Rome, but I am Samuel. I will come forward. I will find the kill, or maybe not with the Vanguard. Gets him into fighting shape, and that regeneration coming out, just absolutely insane. Between the Aftershock and that Eve, he's just right back into fighting shape.
It's interesting. Mowgli, so he's playing the Rome position on that Samuel. He's got one defense damage item, and that's the Eve. And actually, against the 1v1 and against that Crystal Vox thing, he's got a good fighting chance, because Crystal Vox, he does not do in those 1v1 situations. And I actually feel if Mowgli had pursued that, he probably shouldn't have, but he could have taken down Iraqi Zoro.
Potentially. I almost feel like he should have gone for Techno, who did go south, and you have really long range on that Malice and Verdict. But at the same time, like, yes, you have an Eve, but so does Iraqi, and he also has the Aftershock. So if you proc that, you're going to get a little bit of lifesteal back, and it's going to make it quite hard.
Iraqi Zoro, his damage comes from his resonance. If there's only one person there.
It does, but Mowgli's coming out of his skill shots, right? All right, let's see. We'll talk about that later, as it looks like maybe another engage potentially. K-Vol rooted into place. Gauntlet right on his face, but Death from Above comes down to keep him alive and healthy right there. Oblivion's going to come out. It should put Tetno to sleep. No, it's not. It's just net. K-Vol's down. Palmatoro, he's quite low. Mowgli, he's dead. Team Secret falling apart. Iraqi Zero, he wants to chase. He is committed with that Vanguard. Palma gets it. Iraqi not able to secure the kill. And I mean, I feel if Palmatoro had gone down there, just complete disaster.
I think Palmatoro needs a rename. Palmazoro. Where did that come from? Where did that come from?
Palmazoro.
Calm yourself, humanist. Calm yourself.
Woo, I'll fan myself over here. That's all right.
Yeah, I feel like in these fights, what we're seeing is Kvalfar, he is just going down so fast. You know, he's gained so much crowd control. He's gained the impel. He's gained the gauntlet. There is no mercy for Kvalfar here. And actually, he is trying so hard to get onto Iraqi Zoro. But the thing is, Iraqi Zoro, he's got that metal jacket. And Kvalfar, where's that armor pierce? It's not going to be doing much.
Yeah, I mean, it's not coming out, but this is really just not his build right now. I think, you know, you go for the tier 3 boot, so you have that 12-second reset. He can position himself a few times, but I don't even know if he's been living 12 seconds through these fights, and that's actually quite a worry when you have a breaking point. You're looking to just build up those breaking point stacks and sustain through the fight.
You know, that's what's really happening, and also because, you know, Gankstars, they're quite mobile, I would say, and they're clustering all around him. He's not getting the chance to deal the damage. He is building up those breaking point stacks, but he can't get through the armor, and that's why Gankstars are able to stay alive long enough. So Palmatoro, he's the one that could probably pick up the kill very easily on Iraqi Zoro, as we saw, and the same for Mowgli. But right now, I just feel like Kvalfar, there's too much CC going on him, and maybe Saul was not the best pick.
Yeah, well, credit to Tetno. I mean, he's been landing these. And Gauntlet's going to come down. They're on to Kvalfar to start things off. They did block the Atlas right there. Iraqi is down immediately in this fight. And now it's Gankstars on the run. Team Secret on the chase, suppressing fire, and that's going to be slowed down, flushed down the toilet right there. Team Secret taking control of that fight like they haven't done in quite a while. And with that, only Tetno on the map. This should be their Kraken.
This is going to be the Kraken. I liked what I do like what Mowgli was doing there. He stayed there, pushed the minions out, made sure Tetno JJ wasn't going to go down and steal the Kraken. And actually, this is probably going to be a very successful Kraken take. And I want to see more of those fights going Team Secret's way, because that was very successful.
A very successful Kraken take.
Tetno JJ, are you going to do this? Are you going to do this?
Be a legend, Tetno.
No, he's not. I cry.
Oh, it's all right. Well,
never mind.
Bible thump, Tetno didn't steal, but you know, it's probably the smart play. If he goes down, then his team is now in a 2v3. It can get quite dicey there. So Tetno making the pro call, and just pulling off the gas a little bit. But Team Secret, they should be able to accomplish quite a bit. 21 minutes into this game, 13 to 11 kills in favor of Gankstars, although a tiny net worth lead going over to Team Secret. Right now, this is all about who can make the plays as they get into these engagements. Drifting Dark is down. Mowgli, he wants to fight with them. I feel like Mowgli's a little off these Drifting Darks consistently through the game. Gauntlet's down right on Palma's face. Oblivion should put Tetno to sleep, but that wait for it comes through, and well, rest in peace, Palmatoro. Kvalfar's gonna try and stand his ground. He's got breaking points, he's infused, but it doesn't matter. Mowgli, he's low, he's gonna be forced back, and this is gonna be, well, turret getting very low, probably goes down, but this is gonna be money in the bank as Gankstars is able to kill this Kraken off.
Well, yeah, looks like Team Secret, they're gonna be losing money on that venture there. And what went so wrong there? Actually, everything went very wrong there for Team Secret.
What went wrong? Well, actually, everything.
You know what, was going so well, but Nettolet, your gauntlets, man, they are on point. They were beautiful. He's stunning everyone every time. And actually, it's catching Palmatoro off guard. He's not getting his Aegis up on time. And then we're seeing that beautiful chain impale coming out from Tetno JJ, and it's doing a lot of damage there. And I can really see it affecting him. And then what was really nice was the positioning. He Githian walled Palmatoro into the turret, into the demolished turret there.
Yeah.
And it was actually doing a lot. It really caught Team Secret in a bad position. They lost 2 of their members. And actually, they're now, well, not that behind in gold. It's only 200. But you know what? They're still behind in gold.
You know, I love to exaggerate, but this is no exaggeration. This is my honest opinion. Nettolet's Arden this game is one of the best Ardens I've seen in the last 3 months, I gotta say. Like Flash, he's been playing really nice Arden as well, but these gauntlets are dropping literally right on top of players. He's there with a Vanguard to bail his allies out consistently, and just every single one of his activations, the Atlas, the Shiver Steals, they've been really on point here.
Yeah, they're so good. You know, we're seeing Volks dropping the base, and then he's dropping the gauntlet. I don't know. There's so many things dropping. But Gankstars, they need to keep fighting like this. Tetno JJ, Nettolet, Tetno JJ actually, he's doing also a really good job of frontlining for the forward barrage, but Here's an offensive coming from Gankstars.
Yeah, and Mowgli, the drifting dart forward once again when it feels like they wanted to be kiting back a little bit. Gauntlets down, Team Secret trying to hold their ground. Looks like Kevol's getting pretty good damage off here. The Atlas is going to come out on the Gangstar, so maybe they want to reposition or maybe not. Iraqi, I don't know if that's where you want to be standing. Iraqi Zoro is dead. Team Secret on the chase. That's last man standing. And this is going to be Team Secret taking the ace. And they should be able to move forward and close the game out off the back of this one. Look at these respawn timers. Gankstars are done.
This is, yeah, I think this is game for sure. Well, I'm not gonna say for sure, but this is game for sure for Team Secret. And what a push that was, what a fight. And it came down to Iraqi Star's positioning. You pointed it out, he just put himself away from his allies, from his front line, and that just did not work. He left them in a very vulnerable spot. Team Secret taking the first game.
Yeah, I mean, it's either a slight misplay or a miscommunication, but whatever the case, Team Secret taking advantage of it in the moment and able to move forward, get the ace, and close that game out. Hyped right there.